am the true alpha male, the living legend of hair loss, and it is time to dive into the psychology of the comment section of a video that ended up being one of the most popular ones in a while here on this channel. I made one called No Flat Top in 2020, Why I Changed My Mind. Adrian Peterson had this to say, quote, "I see a great donor area. Perhaps it's time for a hair transplant. I mean, it would create more content to create, wink." To which I replied, "True alpha males don't get hair transplants." To which 4 of you gave a thumbs up to. To which 55 Porter commented, said, "Nick, what about hairline restorations?" To which I responded, "Never. Restore yourself instead." So let's just camp out on those thoughts there. True alpha males don't get hair transplants. They restore themselves. Let's just fathom that. I am convinced, I feel very strongly this way. Someone who other people admire and see as a natural leader because they truly are confident in themselves, or they at least pretend they are so that people believe it's real confidence. Those men do not get hair transplants. I will never get a hair transplant. Because ultimately, it's putting a Band-Aid on a wound that may come off. It will superficially make you happy, but ultimately, I'm going to respect the man who goes bald and embraces it. If I find out a guy has a hair transplant, it's not that I look down on him, but I don't respect him for it. It's not like, oh wow, he made the right decision. Instead, it's like, I would have respected him more had he not cared so much about himself, spent that money on himself. I respect a bald man who is here to help other people. But a guy that's going to help himself by having hair that's not natural, his DNA determined he was going to go bald. Men I respect go bald. It's that simple. The whole, oh, you farted in the video. Hey, I'll tell you something. I have farted in videos, but you didn't know it because no one left a comment like, hey, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, he farted. I have farted in my videos. And it's funny because that's one of the things I think about because I work in an office when there's not coronavirus, with all these people. It's funny because everyone's a hypocrite, whether you're at the office or school. If we weren't holding in our farts, then like every 20 seconds we'd hear, and people would be popping out farts because we're constantly holding in our farts all day. Like that's, if we're being honest, but we can't be honest because being honest would be rude. If being honest meant we let our farts out. But it's just so funny to think that like in society, obviously with good reason, we cannot make it obvious that we farted. I've always wanted to make that its own video, but instead you get it as a bonus. But yeah, a true alpha male is not gonna get a hair transplant. He's not gonna want one. He's gonna shave his head if he's bald, and he's gonna continue working out because women, if they're gonna be judging on your looks, they're looking at your muscles. They're not looking at that. You can easily make up for this with your body and truly proving that you actually have a male body. But the hair thing, like that's almost feminine. Women don't typically lose their hair, men do. So if anything's masculine, it's not having hair, or at least having a receding hairline. So yeah, a true alpha male is gonna restore himself. He's gonna know, just like my failed series, Self-Help Hacker, that no one cared about, that was the actual intelligent content. I keep mocking my own viewers for watching these stupid hair videos. My hair videos are dumb. Stop watching them. Yes, I make $500 a month off of you watching them, but please stop. Please stop watching them. They're dumb. The more you focus on yourself, the less time you're focusing on other people that actually need you in their lives present. A true alpha male will restore himself. He'll figure out how to make himself better internally so that he's actually a better value to society. He's not going to get a hair transplant. And really, I think what made me recently think of it, that I love Joe Rogan Experience. I watch him every day. And, he's, I think, 52, something like that. And no hair on top, he shaves it off. And obviously, he works out. And he was talking about how he spent his 20s and 30s getting hair transplant. He implied that he got several, like at least two or three. He implied that. And then he's like, man, but now that I am more mature and I've lived more life, I realize what a waste of time that was. And when I think of an example of a true alpha male, I think of Joe Rogan. I think he is someone who's very in touch with his emotions, yet he's not letting, and therefore he's not letting people walk over him emotionally. He's good at communicating. I have a lot of respect for him. He and I ideologically, that's not a word. I have an English degree and I can't say the word. But anyway, he and I see eye to eye on a lot of things. He appears to be a libertarian like I am, but still he's willing to be conservative, as I often am, and then he's willing to be liberal, as I often am. So I really like his take on things. He and I agree on most things. On most videos, I'm like, yep, that's how I feel about that too. But I definitely feel that he's a true alpha male. And it's funny because they go hand in hand. Guys that are insecure that they might go bald or whatever, often are the same guys that are worried about their height. And I Googled it, it says he's 5'7". So you've got a guy who's 5'7" and has no hair, and yet if you don't like Joe Rogan, something's wrong with you. Like, you have issues. If you can watch a Joe Rogan Experience video and think, that guy's funny, that guy's cool, that guy's intelligent, I like that guy, I need to keep watching that guy. If you don't think that, that's definitely a reflection of you don't know what good is. So he's a true alpha male. He's got no hair on top, he shaves his hair, and he's like 5'7", but he works out. That is true alpha male. Yes, he got hair transplants in his youth when he didn't know better and had less to bank on, but now he realizes because he's got life experience. But Nick, I'm only 21, I don't have life experience. What do you think I'm doing here in these videos that I'm making? I'm giving you my life experience so that you don't have to figure this stuff out on your own, so that you can hack the system. Comments right here.